Doesn't seem to be too much new wood washed up. There's a nice piece of cedar. Cottonwood bark. It's a nice piece of old cedar right here. Too beautiful out today to sit inside the house. My house is kind of depressing for myself right now anyways, because, well, I got everything packed up to move, and it's hard to get encouraged to do. It's hard to get the motivation to do anything. That's not cedar, this is Douglas fir. Or something. Always a good indicator is the bark. Now here's an old piece of cedar. Even got a little burl on it. This piece has been through the mill. It's Good Easter weekend. Today's Good Friday. Well, it's Easter weekend. Today's and there goes the ferry to Vancouver Island. I wish I was going. Even in my Dremel carving room, I got most of it taken apart. Usually I have pieces of wood lying around so I can sit there and decide what I want to carve, but I got no wood lying around to look at what I want to carve, so I don't know what to carve, so I don't carve. So I suggest one of those double-decker buses. I suggest to have different types of wood around in your wood storage spot, so you can, one day, here's a piece of bark, one day you might not want to carve something, one day you might want to carve something else. There's a piece of bark. Now, if anybody wants to get bark, I believe the Wood Psych in the USA is selling it with his YouTube channel. His name's Paul, but he's selling bark. So if you just want to go on YouTube and search for the Wood Psych, I don't know his website, but he has a website to sell the bark. And he charges fair prices. I've talked to him about it. I think he might be sending me a piece or two to carve for YouTube so you guys can see the quality of bark it is he's selling. There it is right there. Live life. This log got pushed back a bit, but this log's been on the beach now for a few years. Lots of these logs get washed away, but not this one. It's just still staying there. Every time I come down here and I see that, makes me realize, like, we only got one chance to live. With all this political shit going on, now with all the voting shit going on here in Canada, it's hard not to be depressed. I speak for myself, but I can't get into that stuff. Just too much for me. I refuse to talk about it on my YouTube, that's for sure. Here's a nice old cedar stump. Once again, I tell by the bark. Cedar, this is western red cedar bark, stringy like that. I don't know, maybe I'll take something home and carve something today. It's a nice old piece of cedar. Bug hole wood. I didn't really come down here to load up on wood. I came down here just to get out of the house. Nice piece, but too big for what I want to carve today. If I carve something. There's just Carve Rob messaging me. Hi Rob. This, you know, I could take this piece back home and show people what I mean about carving deeper. So pretend this would be just like a 2x4 that you'd buy at the store or you'd get out of a construction site. It's just a flat face piece of wood. I don't know. See if I can find anything better. There's a couple pieces of bark. Maybe I put these here last time or somebody else did. Not too much today's going on the beach. Nope. There's that piece that I want to come down here and cut it up and get it to make a table out of. This big one, this big stump coming up here. Another piece of bark right there. All this bark is carvable. I just don't need any right now. Yeah, get your saw, cut it right here, cut it right here, make for a wicked table base. But that'd be a lot of work. I don't want to think about that today. Piece of wide grain. Meh. When I'm looking for pieces to carve wall hanging wood spirits, I look for pieces that are flat on the back. Like, let's see this one here. That's not much depth in that, but see how it's flat on the back that it hangs good on the wall. You don't see me carving too much full rounds, like pretend cutting this log up and carving it at my Dremel station. I'd much rather carve wall hangers. So if all I could get was the round pieces of wood, I'd get an axe and cut the piece of wood in half. Here's a burl piece. It's like a root burl. See all the weird grain in there? I don't know, I don't need it. Anyways. Yeah, there's not too much down here. Slim pickings. Here's a nice piece of cedar. Weird spiders down here today. Super fast little block things. Now there's a nice piece of cedar in here. Bring a saw down, cut that up. Get 20 good wood spirits out of that piece. See, this is what I'm talking about. See that round piece in here? I think it's in there pretty good. But yeah, so I'd get my axe and cut this in half so you get 2 wall hangers. That's a personal preference. I'm gonna sit down and have a break. Well, I'm surprised I don't have a boat. I've had boats before. Boats cost nothing but money. Bring it out, boat. Bring out another 1,000. Yeah. But even it would be nice to get like a little tin boat with a trailer. Just so I can come down here. Because there's a boat launch over there. Launch my boat. Let's go set the crab pots. It's all like a what am I talking about? Sand flats out there where the crabs are, and lots of people are going out there crabbing right now. But then the professional commercial crabbing opens up maybe in a while, and then there won't be so much crabs out there. So now's the time where people can, normal people that aren't commercial crabbers can go get lots of crabs. But unless you're an Indian, sorry, indigenous or a native, unless you're an indigenous, then native people can go get crabs all year long. Yeah, they do. This here basically is this is native land where I'm sitting right now. And the ferries lease it off the natives. Over there is Main Island, part of the Gulf Islands. That little point right there, I've showed it before, I don't care. This little point right from about here to here is USA. From about, let's see. Yeah, from right about here over is USA. It's Point Roberts. I used to go there when I was younger and get gas for cheap. American gas is always cheaper than a Canadian. And, well, in BC anyways. I'll speak for, this is British Columbia. But, we used to get beer. We used to buy flats of beer for like, I don't know, $6 down there. And we could just walk it through paths. Walk through a path to Point Roberts, America, then walk it back through a path. And those days are over. Yeah, those were fun days. Who wouldn't love to be young again? I don't know. One thing that's been on my mind lately is when I was younger, I was a problem child growing up, and I always said to myself, man, I can't wait to be an adult, to grow up and get older and everything's easy. People are nicer. You don't have to deal with people and their mind games and bullshit. But no, nothing ever changes. It all stays the same. Yep. Nothing gets easier. I think it gets a bit harder. You got more bills, you got more bullshit, really. That's why I just like carving. Gets me away from all the other bullshit. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say that, it doesn't sound too positive, but I don't have much battery power left. Anyways, break time's over. I got one little piece of wood here. That's all you need. Maybe I'll carve this. And I got to carve a wood spear for a lady, and I think it's Dawn and Mike. Hi Dawn and Mike, if you're watching this. I got to carve a wood spear for them, and they want some, they're in the States. They want some dogwood flowers on it, so I got to get that done. That's going to be the last carving that I do on my Dremel table before I cut it in half with a chainsaw and throw it out the window. So there's going to be like a 2 or 3 months void with no Dremel carving videos. Well, because I'll be moving and doing all my shit like real normal people stuff do. But that will be the last video, carving a wood spirit with some dogwoods on it for Dawn and Mike, because they said in their area is all dogwood trees, and they love the flowers. So, and I said, well, that's just kind of perfect, because I always try and carve the friggin' cherry blossoms, and they always look like dogwoods. So I said, screw it, I'm not carving cherry blossoms anymore, I'll just say I'm carving dogwoods. Here's a nice piece, perfect for a wall hanger. See, nice flat back, but it's got a crack down there. I don't like that crack. See? Yeah, I'm not into it. Got some nails in there. This one's got some small cracks on it, but man, here's a piece of beaver art. I still got to do the copper roof on my still got to do the copper roof on my treehouse, my chainsaw carving tent. And still got to put some spar urethane on it. And my planter that I did, my Japanese planter, I did with the oni on it, the wood spirit on it. I got to finish sea-tolling that and spraying black rubber on it. I got lots of stuff I got to do, but I'm just kind of see, this one's perfect. See how it's got the flat back? Right? Then it's nice and round. This, I think this is Douglas fir though, but I don't know, which one should I take and carve? Let's see. Oh, there's a nice old piece of cedar. This one, see how it sits flat? Or this one? This one, this wood's a lot harder than this, that's for sure. I don't know. Maybe I'll take the harder wood one this time. Pretty sure this is Douglas fir. It's got a couple cracks on it, not a big deal. So, or I could take this one here. Show you very beginners. Well, it's got a terrible crack in it. You got this one here. It's got some nails in it. It's a 2x4. I can show the real beginners how to carve a wood spirit out of a 2x4 you can get from the hardware store or construction site, and how to make it not look so square, how to make it not look like a 2x4. But no, I think this one will be good. I think it's perfect, actually. This is a nice old piece of cedar. Oh, nice one. Got kind of a twisty piece of wood here. Good chance this was a root, but I doubt it. I think I'm going to end it here. I came to the end of the path. You guys want the real dry wood? Get the stuff that's gray and weathered. You know, it's been up there for a couple of years and the sun's dried it out, right? Don't ever be afraid to carve into that gray wood. Sometimes beauty's within. So I'll have 2 more Dremel videos. This one, and then Don and Mike's video for my last video on my carving table, until I do my new carving table. Hope everybody's doing good. Starting to get some nice weather. And look at that sky. Starting to get some nice weather, and doing your best you can to enjoy your life. Forget all the bullshit. Here's a shout out to old Glenn out there in Quebec. Every time I see one of these, I give him a shout out. He likes to carve these. So this would be like kind of like a pine knot, but this would be a Douglas fir. This would be a Douglas fir pine knot. Anyways, hi Glenn. Oh, here's another one. See, this is what I'm talking about, a wall hanger. Look at this. So that's all cracked. I won't take this, but see how it's the log's cut in half? Boom, get your ox, cut it in half, you get 2 pieces out of 1 piece. Perfect wall hanger. Wood spirit, or friggin' duck taking a shit on a sidewalk or something. I don't know. I'll keep this one.